Weight gain doesn't just strain your waistband. It puts your kidneys, metabolism, and uric acid levels on high alert. High-calorie foods may feel like short-term comfort, but their long-term impact is anything but cozy, especially if they're pushing you toward obesity. Think fried chicken, sugary sodas, donuts, pizza, milkshakes, meals that don't just add pounds but also quietly rewire your metabolic machinery to favor inflammation, insulin resistance, and poor waste clearance. It's the perfect recipe for uric acid overload, and it often brews silently until one day, your toe decides to go full medieval. Let's start with how obesity itself affects uric acid metabolism. When you gain excess weight, especially visceral fat around the abdomen, it doesn't just sit there. It acts like a hormonally active organ, pumping out inflammatory cytokines and stressing your insulin system. This chronic, low-grade inflammation messes with kidney function, impairing their ability to efficiently excrete uric acid. Add to that the fact that larger body mass naturally produces more uric acid through cell turnover, and you've now got more uric acid being made and less being removed. A painful double whammy. High-calorie diets loaded with refined carbs and fats only make things worse. The constant spike in blood sugar from these meals drives insulin production through the roof. And insulin, when elevated chronically, has a not-so-fun side effect. It tells the kidneys to hold on to uric acid instead of flushing it out. In other words, the same metabolic dysfunction that leads to weight gain also handcuffs your body's uric acid disposal system. You're not just gaining weight, you're accumulating invisible crystal-building fuel. Now, let's zoom in on the usual culprits. Fried foods are loaded with trans fats and advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which crank up inflammation and oxidative stress. This weakens kidney tissue and adds more pressure to systems already on overload. Sugary beverages? They deliver fructose in massive doses, and the liver turns that fructose into uric acid with brutal efficiency, often before the sugar even hits your bloodstream. Fast food in general is a perfect storm of sodium, sugar, unhealthy fats, and calorie density with almost zero fiber or hydration. It doesn't just clog arteries, it sabotages uric acid clearance like it's on purpose. And here's the kicker. Once you've gained a significant amount of weight, your ability to regulate inflammation, blood sugar, and uric acid all declines simultaneously. Even minor dietary missteps can have outsized consequences. That one soda might have been a small bump on the road when you were metabolically healthy, but now it's a spiked strip. Even worse, many people trying to lose weight opt for crash diets or keto extremes, which can backfire. Rapid weight loss releases ketones and uric acid into the bloodstream at the same time, often overwhelming the kidneys temporarily and triggering a gout flare. So yes, even weight loss, if done recklessly, can worsen the problem, at least in the short term. So, what's the lesson here? Obesity isn't just a risk factor, it's a uric acid amplifier. Every extra pound you carry around contributes to a biochemical environment that favors uric acid retention and inflammation. And high-calorie, low-nutrient foods aren't innocent contributors to that weight, they're active participants in a metabolic mutiny. Your kidneys are being outnumbered, your insulin is waving the white flag, and your joints are the battlefield. If you're trying to reduce uric acid levels or prevent gout, it's not enough to avoid purine-rich foods. You have to tackle the underlying metabolic dysfunction, and that starts by rethinking how you eat. Swap fried foods for grilled or baked, ditch sugary drinks for water or herbal tea, and watch portion sizes like your big toe's future depends on it, because it does. In the end, high-calorie foods might make you feel full, but they leave your body nutritionally empty and metabolically burdened. Keep indulging without balance, and you might find yourself facing more than just tighter pants. You might be facing a painful, swollen wake-up call that even ibuprofen can't quiet down.